Hi guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living. The tasks are piling up and we sort of feel like we're behind the 8 ball here. So we're going to quickly, it's almost supper time, but we're going to try and get a couple of these containers, the only big containers I could find that I already had. We've been looking to try and find someplace local that we could buy crocks to do this in, but we're going to try and get some eggs egg glassing in water with the pickling lime. So I've just got these containers right here, a biscotti jar and a cookie jar, and we've got the pickling lime. So we're going to try and do that now before supper, thinking it doesn't take very long. And again, another experiment. We've never done this before, but we're going to try it. So, but before we get started, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. We really appreciate it.
I'm just in the greenhouse checking on temperature. It's about 10 degrees outside. It's a nice sunny day and it's showing about 110 degrees in here Fahrenheit. I'm going to leave the doors open because it's way too hot in here. All the plants seem to be doing really well. There's the strawberries, still got blossoms on them. And there's some fruit coming here now. Peppers look like it may be too hot. And the rest is doing okay, the basil and thyme and rosemary. So anyway, I'm just checking on strawberries.
I think the next task is going to be to make salsa. I want to use, these are the ripe cherry tomatoes. Some of them obviously are going to the chickens, but these are those weird black ones. So I'm going to make salsa with these, and I've also got some beans. The last beans Chris picked, we're going to use those for seeds. And I saved the cucumber seeds from a cucumber the other day, and I think it worked. At least they were dry, all the slimy stuff was off them the way it said in the instructions. So I think I've successfully saved cucumber seeds from one cucumber. So I'm going to get these eggs done, and then I'm going to take a bunch of beans out and dry them for seeds. So Chris has just weighed out the pickling lime. It says to use 2 ounces in a quart of water? Quart of water. So we're not sure how much water will go in here once we've got the eggs in. So we're going to do a quart of water at first and get the eggs in here, and then we'll see how much water we need. So Chris was just saying we're not supposed to use poopy eggs, so we're going to have to sort through these, and we'll just use the poopy ones first. We still got a couple of hens out there that are laying in the poop every day, so Chris moved those laying boxes, those new ones that he made, down to the lower level. I think we talked about that, didn't we? That was where I wanted to put them. Like I say all the time, I don't mean to be right all the time, I just can't help myself. So, we're just going to put these eggs into these containers. Now, again, that one, was it the pointy side up? I think she was trying to, I guess we got to get a bunch in there too.
Get a bunch in so you can balance
Yeah,
them.
some of these are very, it's kind of surprising actually how clean the eggs are. My babies weren't that clean. Some of these are huge too. Some are just tiny. Still, there's a big difference in the size of the hens, that's for sure. Noticing that, and I'm starting to notice differences in the hens, like different tail feathers and that sort of thing. So I guess maybe people do get to the point where they can recognize different chickens. That one's got a little piece of straw on it. Now I'm going to try and get these sitting so they're pointy side up. some straw in it too. This is pretty tricky getting the bottom ones. Of course, try not to break any. Okay, you guys, a little cooperation here.
And put that little one on the outside.
The little one is on the outside.
No, that one
Oh,
in the
that
middle.
one.
No, the one in the middle there. Skinny one.
What is that silly game, Jenga or something, where you pull a stick out and... I might have to take a couple out and put a tiny one in or something, I don't know. You take one out and 3 fall over. There must be a trick to this, and of course, I sure don't know what it is. Oh well, people will be able to have a laugh anyway. There's a smaller one. Well, you know what? They're mostly.
Just stack them up wherever.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stand here and fiddle with this all day. That's for sure. That's enough fiddling already, I think. My shoulder's getting sore from reaching into the jar. Okay. Looks like it's going to hold a fair amount of eggs anyway. Maybe leave that one. See? This one looks really clean. That's a fat little pudgy one. Now, does it have to be like over to the top?
An inch water covering.
Okay, that's getting pretty close. I think maybe that should be it.
Maybe put it in there. Well, I guess you can count. Calculate.
You got any little tiny ones to put in? Oh, that one's too dirty. Okay, so we're gonna leave it at this. Not too sure how many eggs we put in there. We weren't counting.
Fill this one up.
Not the sharpest knife in the drawer sometimes. I think I should have to label this eggs, even though you can write on it. So how many was in there? That's a dozen and 2.5 dozen?
2.5.
So about 3 dozen?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this jar's got about 3 dozen in it. And the other jar looks, it's fatter, so maybe we'll get another 3 dozen in there. We'll have to take these poopy ones out and get some cleaner ones. But, so we're just gonna mix the water. Can it be warm to get that to dissolve or no? Oh, okay. I'm going to use the purified water out of the Seagull. There's always chickens at the door pecking. It's so weird because we always feel like somebody's around because you hear them under the sea container, under the tiny house, and pecking at the door. And one almost walked in the door the other day. I was over at the tiny house and Chris was outside and the door was open and the chicken was coming right in. Yeah, see? Yeah, Rusty's just keeping an eye on everything. So, there's the pickling lime. Well, that didn't go as far as I thought it would. I hope this works. I'm on a couple of homesteading sites, and there have been all kinds of suggestions on what to do with extra eggs. And one of them was to make loaves, like you add sausage, peppers, tomatoes, all kinds of stuff, bake it in loaf pans and then cut it into slices, and it makes great quick breakfast sandwiches and that sort of thing. So I think I might do that too, because then that again would sort of go along with the whole keto plan too, which I'm not adhering to strictly because like I said in an earlier video, I'm having a really hard time with my blood sugar level dropping to really dangerously low levels, so I'm trying to compromise, but of course I'm not losing the weight I want to either. So this jar with the eggs in it's got 3 dozen eggs. It took exactly 3 liters of the water, so 6 ounces of pickling lime. So that's the first jar done, and we're going to use that big jar. We're hoping to get more eggs in that one. This is one of the big cookie jars that I bought, and it was too big actually for my bake shop. I had shorter ones and I had all the different kinds of cookies in them. So we're just going to take as many out of here. Again, I'm always surprised at how clean the eggs are. Really surprising to me. Of course, it doesn't take much to surprise me, I guess, either. Very clean eggs. At least this will get us quite a few eggs out of the way. We'll get a bunch in the bottom there and see if I can get these sort of standing up. Fiddle with them again like the other ones. That one's kind of dirty. Not too sure about that one. Not too sure about that one. A little straw on that one. The egg vendor's here with another flat. Look at the size of that puppy. Oh moly. That's going to be like a triple XL. Way bigger than an extra large egg, that's for sure. I call those the ostrich eggs. And there's some that are way bigger than that too. Crazy town. Holy moly! Look at the size of that egg! That's what the ones I call the ostrich eggs. That's crazy. It's poopy, so I can't use it, but which reminds me I need to make some mayonnaise. Nothing better than fresh mayonnaise. I use avocado oil, and having fresh eggs to make it with is nice. It's so funny, some of them are so round and some are so pointy, like little missiles. Okay. Now we've lost track again how many we put in here. It'd be like trying to count the jelly beans in the jar. That's it. Holy moly, I can't believe the size of that one. Look at it with the other ones. How big it is. I mean, this is probably a large. That one's probably an extra large at least. That's a nice clean one. I think we're going to be able to get in like another dozen in here. We're having egg sandwiches for supper. Again, fried egg sandwiches. We could live all winter on fried egg sandwiches. But that's one of the things we eat when we're too lazy to cook. Too tired, too lazy. And lots of stuff. Lots of eggs. Yeah, I think we can get one more layer in there. Now this one you can see already how much the lime is settling, so I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not, but it is. So again, like I said, it's an experiment. We got 3 dozen in there. I'm not sure. Chris thinks we got 5 dozen in here, but that doesn't look like 5 dozen to me. I think he's lost count. I think it might be 3 dozen. No, more than... I have no idea. I guess we're hooped. And I'm not taking them out to count them. Okay. Well, poopy. Do they have to be absolutely pristine? Holy moly. There's a big one. Well, that might be too full. Not sure. This guy over here, this guy over here. Yeah, to get that one, with that little fella. Oh, I sound like my mother, that little fella. Well, I think that's probably all we should put in there. Yes, I could put one. Have we got a little tiny one? This one? It's nice and clean. No, that's going to make it too high, I think. Okay.
It's on top, remember?
Yeah, this one.
So,
well, yeah, that's true. Maybe we could put a couple extra in. That lid went inside and squished the water out, so maybe get a couple more in here. No, that guy's too much, eh? Maybe these two? Yeah, okay. Alrighty, so that's where we're going to leave it at for now. To make sure apparently the water's supposed to be 1 inch above the eggs, so. And again, I have no idea if it's 3 dozen or how many's in there. But I'm going to mix up 3 more quarts of the lime and water. like I need a respirator. Ugh. So that is the 2 jars done that we had. That's only about 6 or 7 dozen eggs. So I know I saw 5-gallon pails with gamma lids somewhere. Not too sure where, but I think I'm going to get a 5-gallon pail, food grade plastic, with the gamma lid, and maybe do a pail of them with this. Because this is just, as far as trying to find space to put them and how much you can fit in a jar, I think I'm going to get a pail. Do a bunch more. And I don't know, I guess this is starting to settle. That one's really settled down to the bottom and this one hasn't yet. But that's it for those for today, and I think I'm going to get going on those beans and get them out of the pods to save for seeds. I saved some cucumber seeds so far, red pepper, peas, a bunch of cayenne pepper. So I'm going to try it with the beans now and see how it goes with that. Save some peas too. So anyway, I'm going to do that now and see if I'm have any success with that. So seed saving and preserving eggs was on the menu for today. Not an awful lot else. Chris is starting to work on the partition walls. He was just double checking measurements, and once he gets those partition walls done in the tiny house, then we can go to town on the tongue and groove. So that's going to be exciting. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. And if you have any advice at all on water glassing eggs or seed saving, I appreciate all the advice I can get. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.